Hey YouTube, what's happening? Chris here. Just wanted to bring you guys a little update on Ethereum and what we're also going to talk about here, guys. The main reason I'm bringing this to you, I'm using Ethereum as an example. What we're going to be talking about are trend line breaks and reversals and how powerful these are, guys. And Ethereum's a perfect example of a trend line that I had drawn here for quite a while. And once it broke, you can see we had a 25% drop to the downside. So guys, trend line breaks are one of the oldest and they're one of the most powerful technical analysis signals that you can use. And guys, I'm looking for trend lines anywhere now, looking for the breaks or the break up above. They're just so powerful. And that's what I wanted to bring to you. What we're going to read today, guys, is out of my book. It's called 7 Chart Patterns That Consistently Make Money. So if you guys like these videos, hit that thumbs up, guys. We're trying to get 100 on these little tutorial videos for thumbs up, and I appreciate each and every one of you who's been doing that for us. We've been really getting some good traction, and I couldn't do it without you guys, so I'm very, very grateful. But what my book says here, guys, is chart pattern number 2, trend line break and reversal. Trend lines are perhaps the oldest tools known to chartists. Trend lines form across peaks and valleys called pivot points, relative highs and lows in a chart. As more points form along a line, it becomes more established. This means that when the line is broken, it will likely follow through with a strong move in the new direction. And we see that here, guys. So we had this trend line that was established, and it broke through on good volume, and we got pushed to the downside, which was the way of the trend. After a trend line has formed, we look for reversals when price moves in proximity to the trend line and pulls back, but also watch for breaks through it. Either event can be significant and predict the next price move. So we always want to have a plan, guys. And then it says trend lines form across peaks and valleys called pivot points, relative highs and lows in a chart. As more points form along a line, it becomes more established. And then it says when you draw a trend line, you should be aware of the approximate cycle, guys, for the peaks and valleys. In his book, The Profit Magic of Stock Transformation Timing, J.M. Hurst proved that stock fall in 16, 32, and 64 period cycles, which we will call short, medium, and long term. These measurements are the approximate valley to valley or peak to peak distances in each time frame that you should see a reversal pivot point. It is important to understand which time frame you are working when you use a trend line, because you may want to set your target exit point at approximately the halfway point. That is, if you are using a medium-term trend line, you would expect price to reach an extreme point and reverse approximately 32/2 equals 16 periods from the previous point. And then it says one more thing on trend lines, guys. One last note on trend lines, and we're just doing the short little tutorial here, guys. So we're not going to read too much. One last note on trend lines. The best angle on a trend line, so this is what they're talking about, the angle here, guys, breaks is 45 degrees. The shallower the angle, the less pronounced any breaks are likely to be. Conversely, for trend line reversals, you want to see a shallow angle formed by the trend line. 20 to 30 degrees or so is best. So guys, what we had out of here, we had Ethereum. It was in the downtrend. We pushed down to a low, to a swing low, and then we made this move, and this move happened over, so this was the 15th of December and all the way to the top there about the 6th of January. So almost a month, guys. 20 days or so, somewhere right in here, moving up. And then when we broke it, take a look at this. And then I'll talk to you about something else here real fast. So when we broke it, do you see this candle, this big powerful candle? It's almost a Marabazoo candle. There's just a little wick there to the downside. And it happened on massive volume. And guys, even if you were to wait for this candle to close here on that 4 hour, that was your confirmation, you could have made 16.48% just from that candle down to where we are now. So even if you wait for confirmation, when you see that break, you can still profit on this. But the original drop out of here, guys, was 25% basically, 24.14. And you can see here that volume's dying off. And another reason when we were in this uptrend that we felt like this uptrend may have been coming to its close here was due to the volume. The price was climbing, but the volume was going down. if you take this, you can see the price was going up and the volume was going down. And that was going to show most likely we're going to have a fall. So you add that with a trend line break, and we're definitely going to go down. And then we have the moving averages overhead as well. So, and you know, guys, we're kind of in that little descending triangle pattern that we have right now on Ethereum that's forming. So we want to pay attention to these things. We want to look for trend line breaks, guys, to the upside, to the downside. You know, you could draw a trend line right here, guys, and see if we break to the upside. Through there is a trend line that we could watch. We'll see if we have a move to the upside on volume, or if this is going to be a move to the downside. Remember, lower highs, flat bottom, a lot of times we break down out of that, about 70% of the time. So we want to be aware of that, guys. We want to study these things, and I just wanted to bring them to you. You guys have been so faithful on giving me the thumbs up and commenting and all that, and I really appreciate it. So I just want to bring these tutorials to help out. And like I said, I want to be one of the wings in cryptocurrency in terms of education and educating people and really helping people learn how to do charting, because this YouTube channel is my journey, basically starting not knowing anything about charting to where we are now. So, you know, just slowly learning, still a beginner, and just gonna take it one day at a time. This takes years to master, guys. And one more thing, see here, take a look at that trend line as well. Want to keep our eye on that as overhead resistance. So God bless each and every one of you. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and we'll see what happens with Ethereum here, see if we break down. God bless you all.